Free St. Pete campaign. So this campaign really started about a year ago with the Downtown Loopers recent expansion. So they extended their hours, added stops, added the PSTA electric bus, and made their fares completely free. And to accompany this, they wanted to encourage locals to use the Looper because it was primarily being used by tourists, and they wanted people to see it as not only a tourist thing, but as something you can use as a commuter. So they started the Car Free Living campaign. Well, around January, Whitney Fox, the Director of Marketing Communications for PSTA, approached the partnership with this idea of transitioning the Car Free Living campaign into the Car Free St. Pete movement. Having it encompass all the alternative transportation options we have in downtown St. Pete, and encouraging people to go car-free and promoting the benefits of doing so. So in the Car Free St. Pete campaign, we promote Coast Bike Share, which are those blue bikes you'll see around downtown St. Pete. You can rent them from their little hubs using your phone, and then go to another hub and return it. It's about $8 an hour, but they also have some other membership options where you can pay monthly. Additionally, the Central Avenue trolley, which you guys are very familiar with, that runs from the bay to the beach. You can go in downtown St. Pete for only 50 cents, but if you're going past Grand Central Station, it's $2.25, the normal fare. The downtown looper that I talked about earlier, they now have extended hours, more stops, the electric bus that you can use, and the ride fare is completely free. So this circulates to all the major museums and attractions in downtown St. Pete. PSTA, as you guys know, and we primarily highlight Route 4 that runs along 4th Street North and 4th Street South. The Cross Bay Ferry, which runs from North Straw Park over to downtown Tampa. That is going to be coming back in November, but it's had 2 successful seasons so far and has signed up for a couple more. And soon we will be having scooters coming to downtown St. Pete. The city tells us to expect they'll be here around the beginning of next year. And this is the map that we use to kind of promote how you can go car-free in downtown St. Pete. As you see, this is Route 4 with PSTA. You can see the downtown loopers circled, the Central Avenue trolley, and then the Coast Bike Share hubs, sprinkled along, as well as the Cross Bay Ferry hub that's up there, and that's where you can take the Cross Bay Ferry over to downtown Tampa. So why are we encouraging people to go car-free? Well, first of all, just from a congestion standpoint, using alternative transportation can be a huge benefit. As you can see, these are the same amount of people in cars, in bikes, and then in the bus. You can see it saves so much room on the street by just having people either in a bus or even on the bikes. So that's one primary reason we promote it. Additionally, sustainability, it is the #1 way to reduce your individual carbon footprint. Alternative transportation reduces CO2 emissions by 37 million metric tons annually in the U.S., which is equal to 4.2 billion gallons of gasoline annually in the U.S. Additionally, it helps reduce stressful commutes. If you're not in the car, you can be on the bus, you can be working on work, on your homework. I even heard of somebody who wrote a whole album while they rode the bus to and from work one year. Additionally, public transit users are 2 to 5 pounds lighter than those who are using their car, and bike users are 15 pounds lighter on average than people who are using their car to get around every day. And cities with active transportation, in addition, have lower obesity. Now, from the partnership standpoint, a big reason why we're pushing the Car Free St. Pete standpoint is the economic reasons. A household can save nearly $10,000 every year by taking alternative transportation and living with one less car. That's because of car maintenance fees, car payments, car insurance, gasoline, all of those reasons. Additionally, walking and biking increases spending at local business. When you're walking past that ice cream shop, you're much more likely to stop than if you're driving down Central Avenue and you can't find a place to park. And additionally, business headquarters that are looking to move to St. Pete are asking questions about how are my employees going to get to work, and they're not asking where are they going to park. They're asking where is the nearest bus station? How are they going to get here? If they live in Tampa, how can they get over from Tampa to St. Pete? So it's a big reason to kind of encourage to use these public transportation options, encourage more funding towards public transportation so we can improve those options so that we can attract more business here to St. Petersburg. Additionally, there's a lot of community benefits. Like I said earlier, it reduces congestion on the roads. It provides more personal freedom and mobility, and it increases productivity while not driving. You can take the bus and work on some work, or you can work on an album. There's a lot more time that you can use if you're not driving and you're just sitting and writing somewhere. So we kicked off this campaign back in April with the hashtag Car Free St. Pete Challenge, where we encouraged people to post a photo of them going car free with the hashtag Car Free St. Pete. Here are some of the lovely photos that we got submitted to us in this challenge. And every day we gave away one of our Car Free St. Pete t-shirts that you can see me wearing here today. And that's really how we got it kicked off. We had 160 posts on social media, on Instagram, I think 200 total across all platforms. So it was pretty successful for our launch. But as we took the summer to kind of recoup and regenerate, and now we're back with more events. Recently, we just did a car-free beach day where we rode the Central Avenue trolley down to the Serrata Beach Resort, where they gave us 2 free drinks and a beach lounge chair. Unfortunately, it was raining that day, but we made the most of it. As you can see, some people braved the rain to get into the water and enjoy the beach. And we also had music on the trolley, which was a lot of fun. We had JJ Patshaw come on and entertain us on our way down to the Serrata Beach Resort. Coming up, we have, on September 22nd is World Car Free Day. So around the world, people are celebrating this event. As you can see in Singapore, in the Philippines, in London. Here in London, they actually shut down 12 miles of their roads to celebrate this event. So we really wanted to do something special to celebrate this. So we are having our own World Car Free Day event at Green Bench Brewery this Sunday, September 22nd, from 12 to 4 p.m. I would love to ask you guys to all attend. I would also love, if you guys are interested, to ask for any volunteers. We're looking for people to help us set up and tear down, as well as work the Car Free St. Pete booth. If you're interested in that, you can contact me. My email is nicole@stpetepartnership.org, or you can contact Juan and Nicole. They have the sign-up sheet for that volunteer. So that would be great if you guys are interested in doing that. Additionally, to lead up to that event, we are doing a World Car Free Weekend promotion, where we're having local businesses. We're encouraging people to go to local businesses and show them a post with the hashtag CarFreeSt. to receive a discount. So Green Bench is participating. They're offering $1 off pints for anybody who shows a post. Wild Roots, which is a local plant shop in downtown St. Pete, is offering 15% off plants. And Fabrica Pizza is offering $5 off any $20 purchase. So we'd love for you guys to look into this and participate in this as well. If you go on our Facebook page, we have all our discounts listed up there, and you can see where you can apply these discounts. And yeah, does anybody have any questions? Well, if not, thank you for your time today. I really enjoyed it, and have a great day. Thank you.
I made it. Yay. Just barely, right? Just right under the wire. And the meeting has been called to order. Thank you very much. And Nicole Roberts did her presentation. Thank you. Sorry, Miss. Oh, she's over there. Okay. Thank you. Is there anyone here to give public comment? I recognize everybody. So. I will go ahead and read the chair report from August. End of August. The board approved the following action items at the August 28th board meeting. A license and easement agreement between PSTA, Greyhound Bus Lines, and the shops at Pinellas Park office for a shared bus customer service center for Greyhound Bus at the Pinellas Park Terminal. The ribbon cutting ceremony will be at Pinellas Park Terminal, will be held September 23rd at 10 a.m. I'm calculating already. The purchase of 9 40-foot BRT hybrid electronic buses for the BRT project from Gillig Corporation for $7,500,000 was approved. And the approval of the PSTA metric scorecard for fiscal year 2020, which guides individual, department, department and agency goals and achievements for the year. And I know you were there.
Yes.
Brad's not here, but is there anything else?
Sounds about right.
Okay.
No, I have something under other business.
Okay.
We can move forward with that.
Forward Pinellas report, Duncan Kovar was spotted last week at the, what was the big
It's the
event?
open house.
Open house.
The open house.
RBRT open.
Yes, the RT open house. And he explained he couldn't make it this week. But it says he'll be back next month to give us updates from the August and September CAC meetings. And for us, action items approved for us, August 16th minutes. Has everyone had a chance to read and review the minutes from the August meeting? Yes. Okay.
Need a motion to approve?
We need a motion to approve. Get a second?
Second.
Okay. Looks like it's unanimous.
Well, you have to ask
Uh,
all those in favor.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
All opposed say nay. I didn't hear
I
anything.
think we had it sound like one.
No,
nay.
I was
Oh,
just
okay.
monitoring.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Oh,
I wasn't making it up.
Right, it was unanimous.
No nays.
Okay. Information items. Now we will hear an information item on the October service changes, outreach by Juan Lubian, Public Engagement Planner.
All right, well, good afternoon, everybody. Juan Lubiana, I'm the Public Engagement Planner with Nicole, and I work with Bob as well. And it's almost October. We're going to have our service changes again. We have about 3 service changes throughout the entire year. And for October, we're going to be changing a few things. A few routes are going to be changing. Our North County connectors will no longer be flexing. You'll be seeing them as numbers when you see them out there on the road. You'll see 812, 813, and 814. Route 59 that goes to Largo Mall, it'll be only stopping at one location, which is close to that Five Below. And then there's other routes that we made minor schedule changes, like the 300X, the 20, and the 14. But those are just very minor schedule changes in the schedule. We also made changes to the Route 18. It won't go to Heritage Apartments, and it will also only serve one stop at the Largo Mall. And what we did to provide service to all those, to the folks that use the Route 18, we added a direct connect location on Seminole Boulevard, close to Walsingham and Seminole, so that anyone that did use that service is still able to go out to the Route 18 more frequently than before, because the Route 18 currently only goes into the Heritage Loop about 4 times a day. And so by adding that stop, people have more access to our bus more times throughout the day. Now, the city of St. Pete has requested that we end our service down on Paso Grosso, so starting on October 20th. Our trolley will be turning around over by the Don Cesar and heading back over to downtown St. Pete. So that's a request that the city made, and if anybody does have any concerns, you can contact the city of St. Pete Beach.
Just to be clear, it's St. Pete Beach that made that request, not St. Pete.
Yes. So not only are we making changes to our bus service, but we're also making changes to our Direct Connect program. And we're adding more locations, so it's making it easier for our riders to connect to different locations. I know Grand Central Station is one now, so if you do travel at Grand Central Station, there is going to be a Direct Connect location at that spot. We also are going to switch the Whitney Road and US 19 location to the Largo Transit Center. We're adding another location over by South Pasadena, and then the one on Seminole Boulevard with Walsingham. Now, with all those changes going into place, we are going to ask you guys if you have any opportunity or if you would like to come out and help us out. We're going to be out at the terminals. We're going to be out riding the trolley to let our riders know that we will no longer be going out to Paso Grosso. So if you guys have, if you would like to come out with us and ride the trolleys or be at the terminals, please let us know, or let me know, let Nicole know. We would gladly like to have you with us. Obviously, we want to let our riders know of all these upcoming service changes. So it's important for us to be out there earlier, or the earlier the better. And as Nicole mentioned, Car Free Day is coming, and we want to make sure that we also have volunteers for that. So if you would like to come and join us, or if you'd like to come and help us out, let us know. With anything, does anybody have any questions on our service change? Yes.
Got a question about the 59 at Largo Mall. Early in the morning, sometimes the 18 that goes to Largo Mall doesn't go into Largo Mall sometimes. And at the end of the day, you think you have to stay at the mall to catch it, but it'll bypass it, just go straight through Missouri. Is that also going to be a change where it's going to go into Largo Mall all the time, or do I have to go to the light or the intersection to catch it?
Not sure about that specific schedule change, but no.
Because I've had that situation before late at night after 6 p.m. where I'm at the mall, and then it just doesn't go through the mall, it just goes straight through.
So earlier in the morning and later at night?
Yeah, late at night, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's before 7 o'clock in the morning, then it does not. I know it does, it goes.
It goes straight through.
Right, it doesn't go to the mall
Okay.
at all. You're right.
I will check the schedules and then let you know. Okay. Any other questions on the route, please?
Where the one stop, it's going to be consolidated, where will 59 stop in Largo Mall?
The 59 and the 18 are gonna stop over by the Five Below, which is next to that Target.
Next to Target.
So it's not the stop where the Dollar Tree is. It's not the stop over by the Publix.
Okay.
So it's
Where the video store used to be?
yeah,
Yes.
the movie stop.
And right, yes, right there. And it's,
And so the buses will only serve that stop.
Only right at that corner.
Right at that corner,
Right
yes.
next to Target.
Yes.
they're gonna come through like they usually do? They're gonna cut through and they come through the light?
So after they
The pet
serve that stop,
store?
they'll be exiting the mall. So they won't go around the mall anymore.
Okay, all right. I'll check it out.
Any other questions? All right, so just let us know if you want to help us out with the service outreach, or if you want to go out and have a couple of beers at the World Car Free Day. But thank you so much for your time.
And I guess that was our discussion and comments and questions, right?
Member comments, yeah.
Other business. I would like to encourage TRAC members.
Will we have member comments? Anybody has member
Oh,
comments?
right there. Oh, by his little self, okay. It's time for member comments.
I have a member comment. Specifically on the weekends when the administration offices close really early, and some customers are trying to get in contact with someone because there was a situation. I think most passengers have experienced this where this was at Town Mall in the 6:25 p.m. Route 7 going back to St. Pete never showed up. And there was a couple of passengers trying to figure out what was going on because it comes down to Town Mall around, well, it leaves Town Mall at 6:25. everybody was on the app, and they saw that the bus was coming, but the bus never came, it disappeared. And nobody couldn't get in contact with anyone at the office because, you know, they were closed. So some people were trying to send a message to Facebook. I even sent a message to Messenger, just letting them know what happened, and could there be some type of notification on the app to let passengers know that the bus broke down or the bus is late and not showing up to that location, but continuing its location from where it's, I guess, stopped at or whatever. I just have some concerns, and also with the messenger, because whoever is in charge of, because that's like another way of getting in contact with PSTA, if you can't call because the offices are closed. But I haven't received the message yet in regards to that concern of what happened to that Route 7. But it did show up around 7:05, but it was late, like 30 minutes late. And to us passengers, it's kind of frustrating because certain people are trying to get to certain locations, and when that bus is late, it's like they have to call an Uber, and they don't want to spend money on calling an Uber, or they got to call somebody else, so they just have to wait. Thank God it wasn't raining that day, but if it was, we would have had a lot of pissed off customers trying to figure out where is that bus 7, or where is that other route that never showed up when it was supposed to show up at that specific time. So what can PSTA do in regards to notifying customers on the app, letting them know that your bus may not show up on time due to an unexpected situation?
You know, I don't know if we have that capability of, on the app, pushing out a message to let people know a bus is late. And that's something I'm gonna have to look into.
I do have a question. What day of the week was this?
This was on a Sunday.
Oh, this was on a Sunday.
Mhm.
So that's when our customer service closes at 4:30.
Yes.
Holiday schedule.
And the holiday schedule. It does.
But not specifically to.
Yes, so, yeah, on the app and on ridepsta.net, it does show, when our GPS is working, it does show the location of the bus, but it does not show the details of its timing, how late it is. I think that's only for us to see on our end.
Yeah, and I've been in the same situation. You see a bus coming, and all of a sudden it disappears. On real time. Yeah.
That's a question I think we can ask.
Yeah, I've
safely.
taken down the notes. I'm gonna send it out.
Okay.
See what our options are for that.
All right.
Too. I'm glad to hear the bus did eventually come anyway.
Because I think it's a good discussion for us to have, is how do our riders communicate with us about our service during hours when our customer service is not open and our info line is not open. So I think that's a really good conversation to have, and we can talk with our marketing department about the Facebook Messenger as well.
Yeah, because I know that's happened myself before, where they had a detour, and you saw it, and all of a sudden it disappeared.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
later on, it's because of the detour.
Yep. Because also what we would need to make sure is whoever's operating our Facebook Messenger is also communicating with our transportation department.
Yeah.
And I think that is a good conversation for us to have.
I've got one. I live in the Largo area, off of Belcher, between East Bay and Ormondon. And I catch the bus off of Belcher, and what I discovered was you have these concrete wooden seat and benches that were there, and I saw at least 2 of them that were removed. And you see a bus stop, and you just see a concrete space. And all I want to know is, are they going to be replaced with a shelter, or is it just going to be as is? Who do I talk to about, it's hot outside, and there's no place to sit. And was there a plan to replace those seats, or was it just gonna be a stop as is?
Do you know what stops those were?
I don't know, I have to go find the numbers, but there were, two of them that I saw between 142nd Avenue and Almerton were removed. I didn't know.
We'll have to look into that, because it depends on who's on it. We don't do the concrete stops, do we? Aren't those JCs?
The
Yeah,
concrete-
so-
Okay, this is,
Concrete
is this a private,
Yeah,
private
that-
versus the
Yeah.
city versus,
If they're the
Now, you're
concrete.
talking about just the concrete slab?
there are concrete wooden benches that someone could sit down during a hot day, and then they were just removed, and all you saw was just a space. And is that?
We don't deploy benches with concrete, but the JCs do.
So is it private? Is that private versus public?
Yeah, and they have a contract actually with the county to
Okay.
provide
Okay.
benches throughout the county.
Okay, so
we'll
that's a
have
pub-
to, yeah, we'll have to see if they pulled their benches or what.
Because that's a private enterprise, that has nothing to do with the city.
Okay, so you're saying the stop is still there, but the bench is just.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, yeah, if you get those stop numbers too, so we can see what's going on.
Okay.
Okay.
I would invite that for anyone, if you have a question about a stop, a bench. I know that Juan and I are taking comments from riders, usually riders that we meet out in the public. You know, they get our contact information or email us and say, hey, you know, what happened to this stop? We had an instance where a car accident, I think, took out the bench. And I talked to facilities about it, and we can't replace the JC benches ourselves because that is with the contract with the county. But we could put a semi-seat, you know, one of those ones with the bus stop pole. There's 2 seats attached to it. So I know that's something that.
So who would I
is an
contact?
option.
Would I email you?
Yeah, you can let us know, same the way Bob asked for the stop ID number. That's how we can look into that and see what
Okay,
we
then
can
you
do.
can.
So
And if you forget, you can go through the info line too.
All right.
Yeah, the info line customer service will all be able to take that and follow up.
So Nicole, let me ask you this. Will that private company know that there's been a situation there that their bench has been taken out, where they might want to replace? You understand what I mean? A lot of times that it's not replaced, possibly because they don't know that it's missing or that it's not there.
We'll
So-
find out the stop.
Right.
then.
Okay. Just thinking that we can contact them and see if
Yeah.
they will want to replace it.
Sure.
I'll send you an email with the bus stop numbers.
Wonderful. Great, thank you.
I have, sounded like you were talking about Publix on Park Boulevard, 49th Street.
Yes.
It was a car accident.
It was a
And
car
I figured it would be pretty obvious you figured it out.
Yeah. I had another rider contact me about
Good.
that.
Good for them because I didn't.
He uses it every day.
Okay, good, and I don't, then, glad to hear it. All right, looking around, everybody's smiling and happy, and I am too now that I'm here and not waiting for the van to pick me up.
Yes.
I would like to encourage TRAC members to attend the BRT open house at PSTA at 5 p.m., which is going to be prior to the evening PSTA board meeting on Wednesday, September 25th. I have the Care Ride van already planned. I think I'll change the time to earlier. And I went last week and it was really cool. Gotta go. Which includes the public hearing on the fiscal year 2020 budget. That's all good info. And Saturday I went to breakfast, and one of the parents of one of the people that I had breakfast with lives in St. Pete Beach, and she did not like this BRT. I invited her to go. I gave her all the information. She's gonna pass it on to her mom, who is not happy about all the changes. They need to know as soon as they see what's happening. It's fascinating. And I had a great time last week.
Well, we have a problem with this, disinformation there. They think we are going to be taking a lane in St. Pete Beach. And we are not.
Yes.
There's absolutely no way. It's never even been considered. And we do have comment forms here today, if you'd like one. Just raise your hand, Juan can get you a comment form, you can make a comment on the BRT, or also the new turnaround is the BRT will actually be turning around in the beach access part in St. Pete Beach. So we have to make some modifications, and part of the regulations is to open that up for public comment. That will actually be made into a nice stop where it'll meet with the Central Avenue trolley, and that'll be a layover for our drivers because you have bathrooms, water fountains, and it will allow the riders on the Central Avenue trolley and BRT to get a lot closer to the beach access. So if they have their coolers and their chairs and whatnot, they're much closer to getting on the beach than they would be if we just stayed on Gulf Boulevard.
He's all good that.
So there will be no trolley that goes down to Passive Grove.
As of the 20th, no. It'll turn around just south of the Don Cesar. And the city of St. Pete Beach is working on a micro-transit. We don't have any details on that, but they will be providing transportation between the Don Cesar and Passive Grove, but that's all I know.
Public transport between?
Yes, they're looking for some kind of provider. We don't know if it's going to be a golf cart style, a small bus, a van, we're not sure. So that's to be determined.
And when are you going to start you asked for volunteers to let people know about that? When do you have it?
But we had some dates.
Starting right away, right?
Yes, so if you look in the PowerPoint, you'll see the dates for, that we're asking for. We did not put any hours specifically because we're keeping it open to your schedule. So if you take a look at the page that says, from the PowerPoint that Juan gave, the outreach opportunities. So we're looking for Central Avenue Trolley outreach starting the end of this week. That way we can give folks a really good amount of notice on the changes to Passive Grove so that they can plan their trips accordingly. We will plan to ride from 75th and Gulf down to Passive Grove, just to let anyone know who is on the beach, who's going to the beach, that they, even if they weren't going to Passive Grove that day, we could let them know that the changes are coming and that to look out for the St. Pete Beach new transportation alternative that they'll be providing. But you can sign up for any days between the 20th and October 4th between the 20th and the service change to let folks know on the CAT itself. And we can be flexible with your availability. Really, we want you all to participate as much as possible. This was one of the initiatives that you all took on, so being able for us to provide as many opportunities that work with your schedule is what we'd like to do. So if you're interested, let us know a date, a time frame, and we can set you up with all the appropriate materials for you to go out there. So that's true for the Central Avenue Trolley outreach specifically, but we'll also be doing outreach at the terminals themselves, so Park Street, Grand Central Station, specifically. That way we hit the two major hubs, and then we'll be doing that the days leading up to the service change, so the Thursday, Friday beforehand, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday beforehand, and then the Monday, Tuesday of the service change. And then if you would like to volunteer on the weekends, we can accommodate your schedule, but let us know because we'd like to put out more information and more assistance than our three bodies can do ourselves.
There'll be stuff posted on the central, I haven't been on the CAT for a month or so. There is, things gonna be posted right on it, the people that ride it every day, so they'll see it more.
That is our plan. That way there will be notice already on the trolleys. It'll be on the trolley vehicles specifically because we don't know. There might be an occasional PSTA bus that makes its way onto the trolley route, but it'll be on all of the trolleys.
And the trolley that goes up and down the boulevard too. Regular trolley,
Make sure.
Yeah.
because a
And
lot
those-
of people take that
Yeah,
and get on
and
the
then
CAT to
connect
go
to
to
it.
Passive Grove.
We'll also have sandwich boards out at 75th and Gulf
Yes.
and
Yeah.
Grand Central well before we're out there so that people have a heads up.
I think most of the reason that Southern St. Pete Beach was against it is because they thought that it was going to take the lane, which anybody can tell you. There's no place to put an extra
Yeah.
lane. That thing, so I guess that was the deal they made. Was it Mayor of Pasadena?
Well,
St. Pete Beach, they were torn.
Not sure what deal you're talking about.
Well, because St. Pete Beach was very upset about it.
Yes.
And now it's not going down to Pasco
Well, the BRT was never going to go to, they're two separate things. BRT was not
Oh,
going to go
right.
to Paso Grill, but the people in Paso Grill have been asking for this for a while. And their representative was demanding that we pull it out, and she has been for the last couple of years. And since they contract for hourly service, the contract renewal has us pulling that back to the Don Cesar. And that was approved just last month at the board meeting.
It's always helpful if you know folks that live on the beach, if you want to talk to them about that. It's always, hearing it from a friend or a personal connection, hearing the information could potentially impact their opinion, but it's always good if you hear someone talking about the lanes.
there's a lot of people that work, granted, there aren't that many hotels, but there are, south of the Don Cesar. And there's a lot of people that rely on that transportation daily.
Yes.
That's who I see traveling on the buses.
I know it's not our preference to pull out of Pasco.
It is not.
I didn't think so. Bel Air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, under other business, I want to remind you, we could use some TRAC Star nominations. So as you're out there for TRAC Star Awards, you might want to see what you can come up with groups and organizations who deserve a TRAC Star Award. Perhaps one of them was here today. But keep your eye out and see if we can submit some more. We'll get them out there and present the awards. I'm still waiting to present the one for MLK for St. Pete, because that's up to them for when they want to schedule it to make the presentation at whichever upcoming meeting they want. But just want to put out a reminder for that.
Thank you. Are we ready? Any more last minute ideas or concerns? We're all looking good. Okay. Today's meeting is officially adjourned. Next meeting is October 15th, 2019 at 4 p.m.
We don't hold you responsible. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't hold the driver.
All right, so anyone that wants to BRT comment for, just let me know, and anyone who wants to volunteer as well for any of the opportunities, come and see me, please.
Calendars,
I'll send you
questions, it's all up to you. You look at the locations.
I have my signature.
The last one.
East Bay.
Our outreach is your
Going south.
oyster.